Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Jobless Weebs, number 14. I'm Brian, and this is Marco.
The big brown Mexican. It's really good to see you, Brian.
I know, it's been a long time, like 2 weeks again.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's good to be back.
kind of miss Mecha Brian,
Oh, right.
but I
With
just
the
gotta admit,
laptop
it
setup.
was a bit of a pain just to edit those times where both of our internets were really bad, so it was lagging.
It was, yeah, there was a big lag. Yeah, that's right. But with that, I saw a lot of anime, being at home, not being able to go outside or anything. So
Wow,
it was.
that sounds like a punishment.
Oh yeah,
that
it was.
we want.
Oh yeah, it was horrible.
I cannot imagine that sort of torture for a normie, probably.
Yep. 10 days straight, watching shows, playing video games.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm jealous because I know you were in pain, literally.
Oh yeah.
But
It felt like allergies, but yeah, didn't eat very well, but felt kind of recharged afterwards, so that was good.
It's good to hear that.
Yeah.
You do look better. You
Oh, thanks.
even through the camera, you were looking like a zombie or.
Yeah, I was just like trying to keep a good face. Yep. Yeah, but it's all good. I've seen a lot of anime recently about like working, fascinatingly enough. And a bunch of other things.
You missed working so much that you just
were
like, you know what? I'm just gonna watch some anime about working.
Yep. Literally, I started working the anime.
Yeah, that one, the Wagnaria one, right?
That's the one. That's
the one that is still on
Wagnaria.
Crunchyroll.
It is
Because they were both.
Because the other one,
There were two,
right.
but it was kind of like 2 months ago. The original one is the one that they got rid of, and I actually like the original one better. It's I have the figurine for like one of the original ones here.
Yeah.
She's like the main girl for the first Wagnaria.
There you go. Wow.
Yeah, best girl.
Oh yes, this girl. Yeah, fantastic.
But
wow.
I haven't watched the second one. I mean, I did watch the first episode, but since it was really fresh off the boat, that I just finished that one because I believe like the first working anime had 3 seasons, and I really liked it. It's on my favorite list.
Yeah.
I felt like it was just like a ripoff of it. They were trying to do something similar, which it was something similar, just different characters. And I was like, no, still, it's still on my to watch list. But,
okay, yeah.
But I
maybe
mean,
down the road,
maybe we can find a common ground because I watched. I watched the first Wagnaria and you watched the second Wagnaria, so we can probably lay some common ground there.
Oh yes, absolutely. Bad work environments with that topic. So I started it knowing that you have already seen the first 3 seasons of that one. So this season of Wagnaria is like it's really strange because it's forced upon the main character, the student, to go and work at this place, but there are really strange coworkers all around him, and they are like weird personalities, overbearing personalities, spooky, with this one girl that apparently can see ghosts. Yep. But what makes it so bad for the guy is that he sees everybody else as idiots because they all give him a really hard time.
I can relate to that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's great just with that small premise, and they just like go crazy with it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I found that, especially in Japan, because in Japan is very common. We always glorified Japan for their technology and
right
their animes.
And their and like and the way they look.
A lot of entertainment stuff.
Right.
But regarding working conditions, I believe that Japan could do a little better. The reason for this is because there are so many animes about
like, salary workers, or
about finding like the comedy or like the bright side in terrible working conditions.
Terrible working conditions. They call them black companies.
Yeah,
because they well, I of course personally don't have experience, but it's like they have every worker under their thumb, and they make them work long hours into the night. Some even like sleeping through the night at the office.
I mean, and it's part of the culture.
Oh yeah.
Because the only reason why they keep making anime and manga and some other forms of entertainment regarding like the grunt workers of like of some companies to try to make them funny is because it is part of the culture in Japan that if you get out of work at 6 and you leave at 6, then you're a terrible worker. Because even if you are doing nothing after 6, but if you're just in your desk and this is and I'm not talking anything out of like that, I don't know, because I've watched several videos regarding that, because I was like, I wonder how that is.
Yeah, maybe some YouTube videos.
I watched a lot of YouTube videos from people in Japan, and they're like, well, it's good manners to stay 1 hour or a little more after you're supposed to clock out.
Especially after your supervisor.
Yeah, and if your supervisor just sees you there, like, he's not gonna see you if you're working or not. He's gonna see you that you're invested in the company, and they're like, working hard, huh? Like I don't know how Japanese conditions are, but at least in here, conditions in the United States is like, you're working hard for the company.
Right.
Somehow I even managed to mimic the type of accent that the boss would kind of do. And we have a lot of animes where that's coming. We have I remember just on top of my head, where they make jokes about the working conditions. New Game, it's a slice of life anime, but the working conditions in developing games are so harsh that they have to sleep under the cubicle. New Game is one. There's some other animes. Cells at Work. Code Black. Cells at Work.
Yeah, that's literally horrible working conditions.
Definitely.
Yeah.
There's a new isekai this season called The Dungeon at Black Company.
Yeah, literally, The Dungeon at Black Company. And so he's this grunt worker.
Yeah.
And he gets isekai.
No, he's like an ultimate NEET.
That's what it is.
Became like one of the richest persons, and then he gets isekai and gets to become like a grunt worker. And so, because he's really lazy, he wants to be the one in charge and have grunts instead of him being the grunt.
That's right.
Which is pretty smart. I thought I was going to drop it, but I was like, dang, this guy's good.
It is, because he's in real estate in the beginning, so it's like he doesn't have to work at all, and he just gets the money. That one is genius. I think that one was so good.
Yeah, and they're funny, and that's the worst thing we're laughing at something that shouldn't be funny because no,
it's not. It's horrible, but they just make it. Wow.
I mean, what other? I'm trying to remember. There's another anime that it's about. It's about animals that. Africa Salaryman. It's about this lion who is kind of like a supervisor at a company, and the other like two supporting characters. It's a toucan and a lizard. And they're ground workers because the boss of the company, it's a really old and rich turtle. That the turtle is straight up just tell them, "Hey, ground workers, how is it going?"
Wait, I haven't looked into this at all.
Really?
Oh no.
I don't remember if I mentioned this to you, but
Oh wow.
And the picture probably was here already.
Oh yes, and I'm guessing the toucan and the lizard have to respawn like.
Yeah. The
fantastic.
the toucan is, I think it's the same voice as the lightning guy from Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Oh.
What's his name again?
Oh.
He's somewhere around here as well, and I just fixed my mistake.
The name.
Thanks, Feature Me. This is the anime. It's pretty funny.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't.
The animation is kind of rough. It's kind of like rough around the edges.
Yeah.
Kind of like it sometimes it seems kind of like a little bit robotic. But once you get used to it, it's funny.
It seems that way. Wow.
But yeah, they are making jokes out of out of their working conditions.
Yeah. Oh yes. And for anyone that's on top of this season, we know all about jokes out of bad conditions with Uramichi.
Life lessons with Uramichi Oni-san.
That's it. That's the one.
I've never felt so identified with an anime to on a spiritual level.
I know. A single guy after college. He's in his like 30s, I believe. Yeah, he's 31.
Like 30, 31,
yeah,
right?
At a deadbeat job.
Yeah, and the worst thing is that his job forces him to smile all the time because he's working with kids. He's working at a kind of like at a kid show, like kind of like Barney or
exactly.
Blue's Clues,
where they film in a studio and then
kind of
like release it later.
Yeah,
on TV. Yep.
And it's like the ironic thing is that the rest of the workers in this TV show, or at least the rest of the hosts, are just as bad as him, like emotionally speaking.
Yes. Oh yes. Yeah. The girl, she drinks, and she always complains about other people bugging her about being married. Also relatable. The other guy character,
the singing Oni-san. He's always, for some reason, always spacing out and thinking about rice balls.
Always, you see the little pop up, and then the rice ball is right there. Yeah. It's so sad for him.
Oh, and
I mean, and then the two. Like comedy duo with like the rabbit and the bear.
It's the kohai from Uramichi Oni-san.
Yeah.
Like the bunny and the bear. It's like the bear. It seems that he has accepted his fate, and the bunny, for some reason, he loves to tease Uramichi Oni-san, which doesn't
always-
end up well ever.
Headlocks, stub toes. Yeah, it never goes well. Wow.
Yeah, because it's funny because it's true.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like Uramichi Oni-san, he like doesn't really care, and so he like bullies them. Basically, he gets on the two of them gets on his nerves, but oh, what can you do?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a good vision of
Yeah.
what being in your 20s
Oh yeah,
and
late
30s
20s,
looks
30s.
like.
Absolutely.
If you were single, or
Oh right.
I
right.
mean,
or maybe
or
sick
maybe
of life.
also like married, or
Yeah. Oh yeah.
kind of like people always tell kind of like others, because we know about like the middle age like crisis around
yes.
40s or something like that
Yeah, right around
people
there.
want to
late
do
30s,
stuff
40s.
that they couldn't do. But that was in the past. That was in the past when a person could work as a production worker and still afford a house. And right now,
okay.
even if you
okay.
have a PhD, you could barely
Right.
make it
right.
to buy the dollar menu at McDonald's.
No.
Or I mean, I'm exaggerating a lot.
Oh yeah.
But you get my point.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's kind of like a general feeling, maybe like a general feeling of society. But yeah, it does feel like that.
Because, I mean, there is a point for a lot of people, because I'm not saying that everyone goes through this, but for a lot of people that after they finish college, they are hopeful, like they held to the hope that college didn't kill. Because let's be honest,
Yeah.
college also kills hope a lot of times with classes and
That's right.
and other stuff, whether you like it or not, because it's in a stressful environment, college.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Wherever. Yeah.
And so you're
it might be like, for some, it might be like what they don't want to go in.
right,
Oh yeah.
and they're like, yeah, I don't want to do this, but a lot of times it's like, well, you don't have an option.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
one good example is two guys that I know that they started making a podcast because they were unemployed.
Oh.
Yeah, you can subscribe to those guys, right?
Oh
below.
yes. Yep. Right here.
But I mean, my point is
yeah.
that they were like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna apply to jobs, and we think it's easy.
Yeah. Recent graduate.
No experience.
And right. No experience.
Or little experience.
Yeah. Yeah. And just like going out in the world and trying to get a job. Yep.
Yeah. So what? I mean, I'm kind of grateful for these animes because
Yeah.
a lot of times they're like, you know what? Things are not getting better in the meantime.
Yes.
Just laugh it out.
Yeah.
Just laugh about it.
Oh yeah.
And it will probably get better. It might not. You know what?
Oh yeah.
Just you can either cry and lament yourself, or you can just laugh
Yeah.
and move on and try to do a little better.
Oh, absolutely.
or maybe not a little better if that's not how you roll. Just
true.
in the words of someone wise, just keep swimming.
There you go. Just keep swimming. That's true. I also agree. It's great to have like this change of pace with different this type of comedy and change of pace, whereas like versus adventure where it's amazing and you're going out and accomplishing something, but maybe a lot of people can't relate to that. But yeah, I can definitely relate to this particular one.
I mean, I can understand the people who go for anime or entertainment in general to
Oh
forget
yeah.
about like their routine. So that's why they go and watch fantasies
Yeah.
like Game of Thrones, or like if they're into anime, if they're like their isekais, or
yeah.
like
Even some dramas about like romance and stuff have fantastic elements. Yeah.
But there are some of people that and I believe because I I showed my parents a couple animes that were kind of like a daily life kind of thing.
Oh.
It was Hanasaku Hiroha,
Oh.
the girl
Okay.
that works at an inn with her grandma, and my mom didn't like that because she was like,
it's too real.
It's too real.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. It's too real. Yeah.
I can understand that.
Oh sure. Oh yes.
Like if you want your your entertainment pieces to distract you and still make you laugh, make you have fun, that's okay. But it's like those everyday anime comedies about daily life, they help you cope to a certain degree.
Oh yes. Yeah.
I mean, one of my favorite animes about like kind of like a daily life or like routines, it's Love is Hard for an Otaku.
Oh yeah,
which
absolutely.
I don't think it really describes like a black company,
right? Because they're working,
or like a literal black company. Because I mean, throughout the episodes, they did show that they go overtime and stuff.
Office workers. Yeah. Oh yeah.
But it's pretty relaxing, and
it is.
The focus of the anime, it's more on the romance side. So I would get why they couldn't like focus a lot on the working environment.
That's right, because they have a lot of like interactions with playing games, or going to like conventions, things of that nature.
Which is also something also good because it's like they're taking their routine, but they don't focus on the routine. But
break it up.
They're just telling you like, oh yeah, this is what happens after work, like after their terrible days. And we also have some other animes that are for like comforting your soul, about employees that at a black company, like Kobayashi no Maid Sama.
Oh yes,
because Kobayashi she's treated harsh.
Oh yeah,
but she has a dragon maid, or I forgot the anime about like Sanko-chan. It like the main character is also an office worker, like who is under really harsh working conditions, but he has a fox god taking care of him. Have you watched that anime?
I know of it. I'm not sure if I've tried it yet, but yes,
you should totally watch it. The opening and the ending are really cute.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those that is like, man, if I can't get isekai, I wish I could get one of those.
oh yes, oh yes. Oh dear. Oh my. Yep.
Yeah, I guess the only way out is just, I don't know, keep working. Or I mean, it's not like, again, everyone has a job that they hate.
Absolutely.
There are a lot of people that they like their job.
Oh yeah.
And that's really good. And yet they still get stressed out, or get mad, even though they liked it.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
So I guess like the thing that we should look for would be kind of like doing something that you like, that pays you well. Kind of like or if you don't need pay, make sure that it's something that you love, not only like.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Because there's a huge difference between earning money because, I mean, you have to,
right,
and earning money because it's like you're doing something you want, and and the money is just a plus.
Yeah, and you're doing like great stuff that you really like feel feel rewarded about. Yeah, personally.
Because personally, kind of like right now, I feel that I'm working towards supporting my very expensive hobby, which is podcasting.
Oh yes, podcasting
and anime figures.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's definitely something that is needed in like the world we live in today. But yeah, I love seeing these figurines for sure.
Yeah, look forward to seeing more of them.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. So yeah, it could be rewarding in its own way, for sure.
I mean, we could have enjoyed, or we did enjoy, like the adult life while we were living with our parents while we were still in high school, or maybe a little bit of college for some people. But now it's like, hey, you like this? Want to go premium?
Oh, right.
Here are taxes.
Yep. Yeah. Premium. Yep.
It's like,
I know.
Here's the food is boiling like earlier than you would expect it.
Yep. Gotta get some more food now. Oh my. Oh, actually, they do have those exact type of situations in these anime that we were talking about.
Right.
Specifically in Uramichi, Oni-san.
Oh yeah.
That one. He when he's going home, he's like remembering, oh man, like he just finished up a video rap with teaching. Oh well, it's like the moral of having kids wash their hands and be clean.
I remember that one. Yeah.
And he's like, oh man, because for him, he's not coming up with the ideas or like connecting with these people, so it's not really like rewarding for him. So he's going home, but then when he's thinking about this, he remembers that he has to get some cold medicine and some other things like that. So it's
I guess
it is a silly situation to have your job remind you of the things you want to do,
right?
Or your responsibilities, as we were talking about.
Yeah. I mean, there's really nothing I can say to add to that, because it's like, it's like I laugh because I really don't want to cry about the situation.
Right. Poor guy. Wow.
One of the things that, I mean, it's not related, but it really cracks me up.
Oh yeah.
Is the kids know.
Oh yes. They always ask like the questions that itch ya.
Yeah, like the kids know stuff, and they're like, Uramichi, like they're basically like, why are you miserable?
Yep. Oh yes.
If there was a kid asking me that,
oh yeah,
I would slap him.
Oh yes.
I was like, well, because it's hard. So
yeah,
your mom is talking to you.
Yeah. And another one is another kid came up who was like, oh yeah, my parents are like 29 or something, and it's like, well, why aren't you married and have kids? And it's like,
leave me alone.
He always tries to keep that straight face, that smile, but it cracks. It cracks, and boy. They can tell. Oh my.
I can definitely relate to that as well. I do remember I read a tweet from Guillermo del Toro. He's a director for a lot of kind of like sci-fi movies, and he's Mexican. So
oh, there you go.
I mean, and on his tweet, kind of like he was like, "Hey, if you're in your 20s and you feel like whatever you're doing amounts to nothing, it's like, don't worry." Kind of like, I produced my best films until I was like 30 or 40. I really quite remember like the literal stuff that he said, but it was something like that, kind of like your 20s. If you feel like you are a failure in your 20s, which is normal, it's like don't feel discouraged. It's like life's pretty long and short at the same time, but life's pretty long for you to kind of like give up on your 20s. Of course, like if you were to do something fantastic on your 20s, it would boost kind of like your stats going on in the future, but that doesn't really mean that it's a lost cause. Kind of like to put this podcast into like a brighter light. It's like if you feel like you're struggling, whether you're single or married, it's like I mean, there are many years where you can still learn from what you're doing right now, and you can still learn a lot more skills than what you have right now. So if something doesn't work, and if you still want to try, just give it a try. I mean, you never know when something's gonna work. It's like, shoot your shot.
It could be a couple of years, but
All right, well, I guess that's everything for this week. Brian, it was good to see you.
You too. Yep. In person.
Right.
Which is always a plus. Yep. And I hope anyone who's feeling sick out there gets feeling better too.
Yeah. Get the vaccine.
Oh yeah.
And even if you had it, just, I don't know, take care.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, well, thanks for tuning in. And I've been Marco, the Beer Ground Mexican, and with me was not Make Brian, but the real Brian.
Good old Brian. Yep. Until next time.
See ya.